Are you looking for a simple online business model that can get you up and running and making a profit without a lot of hassle? One that uses an easy tactic that doesn't require you to be a technical genius or a marketing wizard? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you this exact business model, and I'm going to show you how you can get it launched with the help of Grok AI. That's right. We're going to use Elon Musk's cutting edge new AI to help us launch and kickstart a brand new profitable business together. Now, the type of business that we're going to start together is called print on demand. This is where you offer cute, funny, or interesting physical products. These are things like shirts, mugs, phone cases, dozens of different options you have available to you. Now, I love this business model because someone with no technical skills, no marketing skills, and even no design skills can get started at an extremely low cost. And what makes it even better is that you can get money coming in the door very quickly. And it does not take a bunch of money to get started. It's something that you can start on a very affordable budget. And so to do this training today, I have a very special guest who's going to show us how to start this business. My guest is Rachel Raffay. And between her and all of her students, she has literally sold millions of shirts, mugs, phone cases, and all the kind of personalized physical products online. And so with that, I'll bring out our guest, Rachel. Hello.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for joining me here on YouTube. I'm glad you had the time to show everybody how this all works.
Yeah, me too. It works out perfectly. I'm really grateful to be here.
I'll let everybody in on a little secret. I'm trying to get Rachel to work with me to do this business model we're bragging about, we're talking about here with print on demand. I'm trying to twist her arm to do a project with me. So we were having a conversation about this, and I'm putting her on the spot because we have not come to any kind of a deal, but hopefully, fingers crossed. So she's so good at this that I want to work with her, right? And you know my track record. I've done a lot of sales online, and she is my go-to person when it comes to print on demand. That's the point. And we were having a conversation just a couple of days ago, and she said, you know, there's this really cool thing where we can use Grok to brainstorm how to start a business like this. And she offered to jump on here and show you all. So that's what we're going to do. And by the way, talking about print on demand, Rachel, you know, they've heard me hyping up about how it's easy to start and someone without a lot of experience can do this. I mean, I don't know if you have any stories or examples of somebody who, you know, did not have a lot of skills and was able to be successful at this. Is anybody you can think of off the top of your head?
Yeah, let's see. There's a bunch. I mean, I guess one woman's coming to mind who was a paralegal. She did nothing at all with online stuff. But this particular business model, I like to say, it's pretty low risk. It's pretty chill. She was taking care of her 90-something-year-old mom and just wanted to do something kind of on the side. And she would come up with these phrases, text-based phrases, and she just started crushing it. So, but there's a lot of people, or some people just want something to do with their children, you know, just as a fun kind of side thing to create some extra assets and see what happens. And so, yeah, lots of different things like that. It's pretty chill.
Yeah, it's a simple way to get started for sure. And also, you know, obviously we can't all guarantee everyone that you're going to go out and make a fortune using this business model. I think that's common sense. But my point is there are lots of people that got started and had success who were not some sort of a guru. I would say it's not uncommon that the people I see doing print on demand, you know, don't come from a marketing or tech background.
Yeah, totally.
So when we're doing print on demand, there's a whole variety of different products, shirts, mugs, phone cases, and all the rest. So people kind of wonder, do you have to buy all of this stuff and like warehouse it in your garage or something in order to do this business model?
No, and that's kind of why it's so glorious, because I know I've certainly done the business models where you have to buy a lot of inventory up front and hope and pray that it sells. I've sold everything from Easter cookie cutters to wooden easels, you know, trying it all, entrepreneur life. But with this, it's you get to come up with phrases, which we'll go into later. I'll show you guys how to make some with Grok. And then you put them on pictures of different items like the ones that you said. It could be other unique items, teddy bears, pillowcases, I mean, so many things. And then you get them on Amazon, Etsy, eBay. And then after someone purchases them, then that order gets made to order and then sent to your customer on your behalf. So you don't have to risk a bunch of stuff up front. And it just becomes what I call throwing spaghetti at the wall. Just test a bunch of things and see what works. Someone else in my class calls it spray and pray.
Well, there you go. There you go. So then, I mean, getting started, do you need to think of a niche that you're going to go into, or do you just kind of just go in all directions, or like to throw in spaghetti at the wall? Do I like target nurses or a career or a type of a person, or just literally anything?
I would say literally anything. I think if you go after super competitive things, let's say funny mug for mom or something, it's going to be very, very hard to stand out because you're racing against a zillion other people. But I like to go after kind of long tail niches. So there's not going to be that much competition for someone who's looking for a funny frame for oncology nurse or something when they're on these buyer search engines. That's the other cool thing, is you're going on these sites where people want to spend money. They're looking for things to buy. And so you just give them things.
Oh man, it is so much easier when you're selling things that someone are searching for, as opposed to like having to like rope them in, convince them they need to buy it, and go through all kinds of crazy sales and marketing strategies. Here, I love this because they're looking for what you're selling. So that's great.
Yeah, make it as easy as possible. They want to give me money, let's let them.
All right. Well, on that note, shall we open up Grok, take a look and see what we can brainstorm out of some examples? For everybody here, what we're going to do is we're going to brainstorm up some examples of different kind of things that we could do in print on demand. And then as we get in towards the end of the video, we're even going to give you some example product ideas. So you're going to want to stick around to the end for sure. So let's start.
Yeah, so you guys watching, one of the cool things about Grok is that it's very timely. And so it will really search for things that are going on right now. So my boyfriend was just testing around the other day, and he's in the Woodlands, Texas. And he said something like, how could I make whatever number, like within the next 30 days or whatever? And he asked Grok, and he's like, I live in the Woodlands. Here's some of what I can do. And it just on its own, it was like, well, the rodeo is coming up, so you should go with the rodeo and do this and this. He didn't say the rodeo was coming up. It just looked at current events. I mean, that's pretty glorious. So that's why I think it would be really good to come up with some trending items. So I have a prompt here, this one, which we can also just get in the show notes or however is best for you, Bill. I've got 3 different prompts.
Yeah, what we'll do is for everybody here, we'll drop a link in the description and we'll let everybody have a way to download the prompt that you're using today. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, we've got 3 different ones. So this one is, hey friends, please use your best thinking cap here. Or hey friend, $500,000 bonus if you nail it. Pro tip, these bonuses to GPT or AI, they work. They like the bonuses. And tell me some epic trending ideas that I can put on print on demand items. I'd like to come up with formulas that I can use across lots of different niches. So for example, let's say football is trending. I'd like a phrase we could apply to all kinds of people, such as I love that football and basket weaving, or this engineer loves football. So we can switch out hobbies or occupations, because we want to be able to take these formulas, you guys, and apply them to lots of different products that we can list. Because every time you list a new product, you're getting a new buy button out there, which is another possible path for someone to give you money. So maybe it's Blake and Justin drama. Maybe it's something like Team Justin plus basket weaving, just kind of giving some examples. I would love things that are trendy, pithy, funny, that would obviously be shareable. People would be happy to buy them. Give me some phrases right now based on trending topics. So research the trends, then give me funny phrases. Short, funny does best. Don't do anything with copyright or trademark. Make them phrases people will laugh out loud out, please, and give me your best. So now I'm just going to hit go, and it's going to come up with some phrases.
Wow. Yeah, one of the things too I've noticed about Grok is it also is much better at humor than many of the other AIs out there. In fact, it can be really ruthless with some of the humor that it comes up with, but which really I think is good for what you're doing here, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, it looks like it froze somehow, but we'll just go for the top ones. Okay, so this one, formula, I'm trending topic plus hobby or occupation. So with something like this, let's say we were doing this one, I'm Team Justin plus knitting needles. What I would do for a print on demand thing is, let's say I'm Team Justin and knitting, or I'm Team Justin and basket weaving. I'm Team Justin and basketball. And so then what we would do is we would have that phrase, and then we would sell, let's say we put it on a mug, then we would put it on a knitting lovers mug or in the title, and then pop it on Amazon, Etsy, eBay. I've never heard of Daddygate, but I'm not super into pop culture, but let's say Daddygate's a thing. Clearly it is. Daddygate plus extreme, and then whatever the niche is as an example. So this is more up to date than I am.
Yeah, I'm out of loop on pop culture too. So some of these are flying right over my head.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, we don't even need to know because it's 5 seconds to make a design. This barista is Team Blake. So we could do this with all kinds of occupations, right? This plumber is Team Blake, this engineer. And so now you have something funny for when someone does a search for engineer gift or whatever. And the trending stuff really works. It works really well with political things too. I remember when I first started showing this to someone put a mug that had a phrase that one of the candidates said, and she ended up getting reached out to by news stations and things like this. She just sold like crazy, just getting it on something fast. So sometimes the trends can do well. Oh, Team Justin plus Chaos Gremlin. So this is if you want to overlap trends. These are some pretty good. And it even tells you here why these work. The trending tie-ins, it tells you exactly what's trending right now. It even says the exact time. So you can see it's super duper current, shareable LOLs, customizable. So this is pretty good. So that's one example. Any questions on this one? Or if not, I can go to the next one.
Yeah, let's move on and take a look at the next prompt.
Yeah, sure.
And well, you know what? One thing I will say as you get that prompt ready to really emphasize something that you mentioned, like some of these things are trendy, they're pop culture references, and they might be things that, like for me as the business owner, I look at that and like, what the heck is Daddygate, right? I have no idea what the heck that is. So I might do just a little bit of research, make sure it's something that's PG friendly, and then just throw it out there. Like you said, it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. And just because I, as the business owner, the one doing the print on demand business, maybe it doesn't resonate with me, but it doesn't matter. There are people out there that are passionate about these trends and these topics, and it makes a huge difference.
It really does. And as long as it fits within your, I guess, integrity profile, whatever feels right for you. Some of these are, I remember during the pandemic, what was that show? Tiger King was just really big. I hadn't even watched Tiger King, but I saw a bunch of people, Carol did it, Carol didn't do it, which I guess is kill someone, I don't know, but I had a phrase that just said, Carol did it, just 3 words, boom, 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 no trademark, anything. And I remember it was less than 5 minutes. This is not typical. This is not typical, your results, blah, blah, blah. So I knew that one made, I remember the number because it had my favorite number in it, made $1,727 worth of sales for just 3 words based on that current. Wow. Most of them are going to tell you guys, I'm not promising anything, but it's just.
Well, I think, the whole purpose of this, like we like to show examples because they're extraordinary, right? That's the whole point. We want to inspire people to see what's possible, but they are extraordinary results. But that's amazing. So 3 words, $1,700. I love it.
Yeah, it wasn't a sad day over there. Here's another one, kind of similar. The last one's my favorite one, but this one, since we've got Mother's Day coming up, and there's always something coming up if you just search weird holidays, whatever year it is. But for this one, I want to come up with some amazing print-on-demand phrases for Mother's Day that I can put on lots of products. Give me your very best funny phrases, perhaps based on current events. I want things that people are going to laugh their faces with off and by. Sarcastic is great. Sexual innuendo is great. Make it something you know is funny. Pithy is best. Thanks. If you give me a phrase, please run it through that will people laugh at this in a viral way filter. If you don't think it's a slam dunk, keep it moving. And so now we have some new ones. I got 9 months inside you. Now you get this mug as an example. I mean, there's all kinds of raising me was your hardest reboots. Happy Mother's Day. And you can, mom's the real MVP of this existential crisis. So these are okay. We can even go in and say, I'd like to.
Yeah, one of the things what you're doing here now too, I'll emphasize this, is if you don't get immediately something that resonates with you, just chat with Grok and guide it and say, I like this, or I don't like that, try this, try that. And it actually just follows your directions and will keep giving you more examples.
Exactly. Okay, so let's see this. I'd like to apply this to a bunch of different types of mothers. Can you also give me some better ones? I'd love to apply it to things like Rottweiler mom, twin mom, etc. Okay, so here's yeah.
I like the Rottweiler mom. I'll bite before breakfast. You could probably tweak that. I'll bite before coffee or something,
Yeah, that's a really great one. And that's a really good point too, is you can write back, and we can do it if you want, but we can say, please center these towards mugs or shot glasses. There's so many different things. Raised or ratty and you, guess which one listens, for someone that's both a dog and mom. I mean,
that's funny.
Yeah. This is a really good one too. If you're okay with the cursing, like soccer mom, which you could do any kind of mom, gymnastics, blah, blah, hauling ass and snacks since 2025. I mean, that's a really good one. Cat mom, right, purring through your crap since day one. You don't have to have the curses. So yeah, this is another good one. Oh, gamer mom, respawning you is my hardest level. That's actually really good for the gaming stuff crushes. I normally like to have formulas you can apply to lots of different niches, but this is a good one.
Yeah, well, that one about working mom, Zoom calls, diapers, and vibes, nailed it.
Yeah.
So you can think of things like that are somewhat humorous. Like you could probably zero in on that one too. What about working moms? Because I'm sure they have lots of frustrations and emotion attached to being a working mom that probably could come out in a funny saying,
Absolutely. And you could even go into, let's say, litigation mom or oncology nurse mom or whatever, and then get even more. So someone's asking about long tail keywords. So that's when you have very specific phrases that are kind of, so there could be just like nurse mug, which is one thing, but then when you get into oncology nurse mom mug, then it gets more long tail, more specific, and therefore there's less competition.
I paused my game for you, but I won't. That would have gone over really well in our household a few years back.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so I've got my funnest one. I've been enjoying this one. It has gotten me really good input thus far. So you ready for this one?
Yeah.
All right, so this one, I mean, I'm telling you, if you give them energy, they give you energy back. So this one says, help me, there's a gun against my head. I need people to come up with the most extraordinary viral print-on-demand slogans ever in the next prompt here, or heads are gonna roll. Please help me come up with phrases that are really funny, would go viral, can be spread across various niches. If I can't make $100,000 in 30 days with these, and it's not gonna happen, I'm just saying, they're gonna sit at my feet and throw me in the water. Make them so funny, do your best research, then give me slam dunks, thank you. And then you get some good phrases here. Let's see. Oh, wow. Talk about pressure. Don't worry. I got your back. So niche by day, bad decisions by night. Yeah, this is already, right? You can put this with all kinds of engineers by day, basket weaver by day. I'm a blank, not a miracle worker, but pretty damn close. I'm an architect.
These are good. These are really good.
I'm telling you, you hype them up and they will hype you right back. Niche because winging it is my superpower. Keep calm and let the niche handle it. So keep calm and let the basket weavers handle it, or not, we're tired. And this is cool because everyone is tired, right? And as it says, viral factor burnout is the 2025 mood. I love how they give you a viral factor here for each one of these, which I didn't even ask for. Powered by coffee and blank. See, this is great because if you look at the bestseller mugs, let's say on Amazon, they'll say, I survived another meeting that should have been an email, or all these kind of sarcastic things about their job just being the worst. And so this is the kind of thing that sells really well. I'm a blank, what's your excuse for sucking at life? I mean, again, it might be your humor, but this is the kind of thing that could sell really well. Blank, we screw up so you don't have to.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this one would crush it. I know it absolutely will. Engineer life, 10% skill, 90% yelling at idiots. Like, talk about it would crush. It would crush. And so you can see they've really understood the assignment here.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, that prompt is a little unconventional, but boy, did it work.
Yeah, wow. It responds to energy.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, we're here with our live audience too. And I'm curious what kinds of things out in the audience. And if you're watching this after the fact, let me know in the comments, what kinds of products or niches or ideas do you have that you could do print on demand? As Rachel's going through this, my mind is just really going about all the different things that could be created. So I am very curious. So again, if you're here with us live in the chat, let us know what kinds of niches or ideas, or, like we've been talking about professions and anything at all. I want to hear what kind of stuff you would be curious about making or interested in making. And if this is inspiring you as much as it is for me, pop that. And also, if you're watching again after the fact, drop that in the comments and let us know what kind of stuff does this inspire you to create. At this point, too, I want to really emphasize that once you prime Grok or any AI like this with one of these prompts, you can just have a conversation with it. You want to just try, I know we didn't plan this, but you want to just try something in this window here that you've got?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right to the one that you had there. Let's pick one of them. What was the one that you really liked? That was the 10% skill, that one. And let's tell it we like that one and ask it for a bunch more examples with that same kind of a vibe.
Do you mean with that kind of formula?
Yeah.
20% talent, 80% Googling it, 5%.
I like that one too.
Right? 5% planning, 95% panic. This is another excellent one. That was a great idea to try that. 15% work, 85% pretending to.
I like the next one as I sit here chugging down my caffeine.
There we go. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. 30% skill, 70% caffeine dependency. These are awesome. It's 25% effort, 75% swearing under my breath, 10% genius, 90% fixing other people's messes. Yeah, these are extraordinary. You guys should totally try them out. 10% success, 90% avoiding total disaster.
Yeah, I love these. And so what kinds of products, so we have these slogans, what kind of products do we put them on?
Oh my gosh. Oh, we have everything. So we could do teddy bears right now are crushing it for me, and frames and candles. They're all really good. Mugs and t-shirts are awesome, but there's a lot of competition. You could still do really well. I still do well with those, but I like to get in the unique things. What else? Shot glasses, journals. There's acrylic signs that you can do, which are pretty cool. People can put in their offices or have them for Zoom backgrounds. the sky's the limit. Tumblers, everything basically you could do print on demand. And people love the personalized gifts too.
I'd like to take one more example and feed it back to Brock. Let's see, is there if there was a second place on some of those sayings in that same window, and let's try a different one and see what kind of results it gives.
Let's see. Keep calm and let the meat. I mean, there's so many. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, let's try that one. Let's try the keep calm, and let's see with that one. So we'll tell Brock we like it. Help us live by answering the question.
Need to make sure I'm gonna live. It makes it more fun, like just to prompt too for me. This is let's see here.
That looks like it's thinking.
It's thinking. It's got our life on the line.
There we go.
Okay, keep calm and trust the blank, or don't, we're winging it.
I like that one.
That's a good one too. Yeah, keep calm and leave it to the blank, or not, we're on break. Keep calm and let the basket weaver sort it, or not, we're caffeinated chaos. Keep calm and rely on the engineer, or not, we're one meltdown away. Okay, that would be amazing for like anything with kids or nursing, I think would be really good. Keep calm and let the blank, or not, we're too hungover. Keep calm and count on. Let's see. Keep calm and let the blank lead, or not, we're lost too. That's a solid one.
Well, this is funny. This reminds me when I was a kid, I used to buy all these shirts and wear it with funny sayings. Like there was one I remember, we the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. And so as a kid, I was a print on demand, before the internet, consumer. So I don't know why that just came to me as we're going through these. As the old shirt I bought, I was very excited about wearing this shirt everywhere for some reason.
Well, A, you were doing it before it was cool, and B, that's the thing. Like you're explaining it perfectly. If someone sees something that makes them laugh, it is now their personality. They're going to buy it. They're going to love it. They're going to be so excited about it.
Well, it's interesting because when you take something that's humorous and sort of adopt it as your own, as a buyer of a phone case or a mug or a shirt or whatever it is, that kind of becomes, you're like borrowing that humor, and you get to be the one that shows this joke to others. And it's, in a sense, you're getting ownership over the humor by just having the product. It's kind of funny.
That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah, very true. And then people love to show it off. They love to walk around with their shirts or their mugs or whatever. You see on Instagram, the same phrases. I used to own a fulfillment center. We would just see so many of these things coming through the fulfillment center over and over, especially the viral ones. I mean, I had no idea. We just started watching Harry Potter. I'm late to the game, but now I'm seeing all these like Harry Potter references because people made that such a thing for themselves. Oh my gosh, they love to buy the merch.
Yeah, well, and there's a constant flow of new pop culture, whether it's through media and entertainment or the news or politics or whatever it might be. So it's like a never-ending well of product ideas.
100%. Yeah, I mean, and Trump, whether you love him or hate him, there's actually a phrase that I still don't know if it's making fun of him or not making fun of him, but it's like, you're the best father in the world. Like nobody else is as good as you. Never better. Blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like, the way he talks, great,
Yeah,
never better.
yeah.
And so you just apply it to lots of different family members or people or whatever, and that crushes or whatever he says, there's always something. It's never ending.
Yeah, and one of the things I noticed a comment with our live audience I want to take up and give some guidance on, and that's once you have these clever phrases, there's a process of vendors that you work with that will take that phrase, and there's a little step-by-step process that you teach people to take that phrase, get it on the product, and get it shipped to the customer. And I think people think that sounds complicated, but it's really, really simple. And that's what you teach people how to do.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to make it as simple as possible. It's a system at this. I've actually been doing this now. It's crazy. When you were saying 25 years, I've been online since 97 selling on eBay, but print on demand for a decade now, which is wild.
Right.
But yeah, so now it's a system kind of, and just figure out how to make it as simple as possible to get people going in as chill of a manner as possible, and just kind of create these little, and look at them, like I was saying before, as little asset streams. Not all of them are going to sell. Most of them aren't, but you just throw it out. It takes a couple of moments and let's see what happens.
Well, it's like a perfect combination. It's this timeless business model. Look at me buying these types of shirts when I was a teenager. And, you've been selling the stuff like this going back, over 2 decades. But now we can take like Grok and some of these AI tools, and it really helps make it easier for those of us who are not like super witty and clever and, able to write jokes and funny sayings. we now have a chance to get into this market where it was much harder before.
That's such a good point. Yeah, one of the biggest things people used to get nervous about is having ideas for designs, but it's never ending with stuff like this.
And I want to remind everybody that this is exactly what Rachel teaches, is how can you use some of these AI tools like Grok and others and get these products created, sold, and in the hands of your buyers. And you do not have to spend a bunch of money buying inventory or things like this. There are vendors who will do all of this for you when you know how to work with them correctly. And that's what Rachel can teach you. Maybe you could tell a little bit about what people can look forward to once they do decide to work with you.
Yeah, sure. So we have the system that you were mentioning that just goes over kind of everything with print on demand, because there's a lot to it if you really want to kind of shorten your learning curve as much as possible and be primed for, I guess, success as fast as possible. Of course, nothing guaranteed, but just going through how to find possible niches that could do really well, the types of products to sell, because there's so many, how to sell them, which print on demand partners are the best to work with, how to make sure that your titles are written in a way that people will get found or will find your products. So I know I personally like to do it in a way where you don't have to really spend money on ads. The way I look at it is Amazon, Etsy, eBay. These companies have spent billions of dollars bringing customers to their platforms. So I just want to go and let them do the work for me and pay them a fee after they bring me sales. So I just try to keep it as chill as possible there. Just anything print on demand so that you don't have to go through trial and error yourself. Just anything that you could possibly want to know, it's in there. We've been updating this training for a decade now with just up-to-date things. So it's stuff based on what works. I personally sell a lot of print on demand myself. And so I prove the concepts and then I show what's working versus just kind of theory.
All right, fantastic. And with that, I hope that this provides value to you. And let me know in the comments down below. Let Rachel and I both know, did you get a little bit of value? Did this give you some insight into how you could break into print on demand? And are you curious to work with Rachel? We'll drop that link again in the description and in the comments below so you can go learn more about how to work with Rachel. Also, don't forget, I want to know, what kinds of ideas did this inspire in you? So did you get an idea of a niche or a particular saying or something, some product that you would like to create? Let us know what ideas this inspired in you. And if you got value, drop that like on the video. It always helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I will be eternally grateful. And with that, I hope to see you in a future video. Rachel, thank you so much for your help today.
Thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
Bye, everyone. You may or may not know, I have an AI tool that's a company called Pushbutton AI that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. If you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well. So I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created Pushbutton AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you and it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, Pushbutton AI is not publicly for sale. But if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology. And if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at pushbutton.ai/demo. That's pushbutton.ai/demo.